Okay, so this is just a really quick tutorial for Runway 00 Agent. This is not a really official thing, I'm just doing a video to help out another leader who gave me some information about another level. So, first thing I want to say is that the drone behavior isn't random on this level, and because of that, if we were to do the exact same strafe lines the exact same way, then we would get boosted at the exact same times. So why that is important is because if we learn to use the correct strafe lines to throw the grenades and destroy the drones, then we should be able to get them very consistently. The only real luck factor in this level is guard boosts, and realistically if we're going for 36 or even 35, we don't really need to get hit by a guard, and in fact getting boosted by a guard is not good at all. So all we're really doing with this level is, first of all, we're learning the strafe lines, we're learning when to prime grenades, and then we're just repeating the process over and over until we get a run where the guards don't boost us. And then hopefully we did everything else right and everything blew up. So depending on if you're going for 35 or 36 will affect if you do the self boost or not. I think if you're only going for 36, then you don't need to do the self boost. And what I would actually recommend doing is killing this guy with a grenade. So really simple, obviously, that's just straightforward. For the first drone, I start priming here. So now, pretty much when this barrel goes out of view, I will start priming. I've already destroyed the drones at the moment, by the way. So I start priming here. I throw, that blows up, get a little boost from the flames. Now we have to start priming for this other drone, and I do it just like here. So as I'm running over this little, I don't know what you call that, apex or something, bam, I start priming. So I'm running. Now I start priming just as I go over the top of this little hill. So as I start to come down, I start to prime, start to look up. Now you'll notice on the side here, this dark patch, so it's got like a little light patch there, and then a dark patch. When I get to this dark patch, I throw. And I'm looking up here so that the grenade sort of goes directly to the drone. So I'll just do that again. Start priming, get to this dark patch, throw, and I'm looking in this direction. Okay. So what will happen is one of three things. One is the drone will blow up straight away, which is not good. The second thing that might happen is the drone doesn't blow up at all, which obviously isn't good. But what we're looking to happen is the grenade blows up near it, but not right next to it, so that it blows up after a few seconds. And in that few seconds, we're going to use that drone to get boosted. So we throw. Now, these drones have certain zones that basically say when they're going to shoot at us. So the goal here is to throw the grenade at this drone. This drone over here is already shooting at us. So what we're looking to do is follow a line like this so that we're getting outside the zone that this drone is shooting at us, and we get into the zone that this one is shooting at us, and then when we do that, we basically set ourselves up so that when we get shot by this drone, it launches the grenade and kills that one. So if we turn too sharp, for example, like this drone is going to back boost us, which we can't have happen. And if we don't turn at all, then when we go to get boosted by this drone, the grenade won't actually make the distance to that drone over there. So we have to get a good angle here. It's pretty easy to figure out. It's just a little turn. Just like that. So let's go back. Prime. Dark spot here. Throw, turn, like that. Now, while we're doing that, we also have to start priming the grenade to kill that drone over there. So how I time it is, I throw, I turn, and then about half a second later, I start to prime the nade. So I go throw, turn, prime, like that. So I throw, turn, prime. Pretty simple. Throw, turn, prime. Now, how I time this turn to kill the other drone is I use my side of the screen, my left side of the screen, and I use this drone. So just as the drone gets out of the screen, I turn right to throw the nade. So I go throw, turn, prime, just as it leaves the screen, probably about 0.2, 0.3 after it leaves the screen. I turn to prepare. So throw, turn, prime, leaves the screen, throw, and then I look up. This is a pretty easy throw. There's no real keys. I just sort of practiced it a few times to get the feel of where to throw it. I don't really use any markers or anything like that. So leaves the screen, turn. It will boost you at this point. That'll launch the grenade to the other drone over there. Now as soon as it boosts you, start going in this direction towards the battery. You don't want to turn and start going towards the plane. You want to turn and start going towards the battery. So, bam, it hits you. As soon as it hits you, quickly turn to the right, start going towards the battery. Now what will happen about a second after that is this drone will hit you. Now, as soon as it hits you, start priming for the last nade. And then the rest is pretty straightforward. It will boost you again, throwing the nade to the battery. So there's no timing involved, it's just wait for the boost. Wait for the first boost from this drone. Start priming the nade. As soon as that happens, start preparing for this next boost, which will throw the nade to the battery. And again, I don't use any markers for this throw. It's just like something that I use feel for because I've done it a few times. And then hopefully that'll blow up. So that's pretty much it. I'll just go over it quickly again. And then I'll do some with invisibility on, which I recommend doing before you actually try this level. So prime, throw, turn, prime, turn, throw, wait for boost, start priming, and start preparing for that throw. Okay. So I'm just going to put invisibility on. Awesome way to practice this level because, like I said, if you're going for 36, you don't want to get hit by a guard at all. It's just drone behavior that you need to learn, so that's why Invisibility is so awesome to practice on. In an actual run, you might self-boost, but I'm not going to do that. You'd kill that guard too. I'm going to prime. Okay, so I prime, throw, turn, prime, wait, out of the screen, turn, throw that, wait for boost, start priming. Okay. I didn't kill the last drone. So what I might do is, instead of just completing it, I'll have a look and see where the nades landed just for the drones and see what happens there. Prime. Okay, so you can see there, just landed a bit to the left. So that third drone is a little bit tricky to get. I'll try one more time. I don't necessarily need to blow it up. You'll get the idea anyway. Nah, I'll get one more time. I'll try and get it. Pretty close. Just have to play around with it a little bit. See, that was 35. It's the actual pace itself isn't very difficult. I actually haven't practiced the level at all since I got 35 really, so but after about 15 minutes or so you'd be able to start getting a feel for where to look. See, the drone gun actually blew up too early then. That can happen as well. I don't get that drone every time. Okay, so you can see I was aiming a bit too much to the right there. And I'll leave it at that. That one blows up at a good time pretty consistently using the timing that I use. So you turn, look, if I threw it a little bit more to the right, it would have hit it. It's just something that we have to practice to get good at. The battery is pretty simple as well. It's just a matter of playing it a little bit. Once you do it a couple of times, you'll realize how easy it is. It's not difficult at all. And then you just got to wait until you do it right, and the guard RNG works in your favor. I'll just do one more run. I'll do the strat that you might use for 36, which is not a self boost by just getting rid of that guard at the barrels there. And this is 1.2, but I'd recommend using 2 point something, whatever you want. See, that was pretty close. Maybe if I looked down slightly more, we would have had more forward velocity on the nade, and then I might have hit it. But that was 36. It's pretty simple. So hopefully you can start to play it now and get a good time.